Cô Trương Bích Phượng sẽ trình bày về sự quan trọng của sự chấp nhận gia đình ảnh hưởng như thế nào vào sức khỏe tinh thần của người đồng tính liên ái. Xin mời cô Trương Bích Phượng ạ. Trước khi cô Trương Bích Phượng lên tiếng thì cho Thanh Tùng được sơ lược qua đôi chút về cô Trương Bích Phượng. Từ vì cô Trương Bích Phượng là thế hệ thứ hai của người Mỹ gốc Việt. Khi lớn lên, cô Trương Bích Phượng đã có nhiều băn khoăn và trăn trở về sự khác biệt trong văn hóa và tập tục của Việt Nam và nước Mỹ, nên cô đã chọn ngành tâm lý học để hy vọng nhờ đó cô sẽ đạt được sự hiểu biết rõ hơn về gia đình, về chính mình và những người khác, cũng như hiểu rõ hơn về văn hóa và những tập tục xã hội. Cô Trương Bích Phượng tốt nghiệp từ trường đại học San Francisco State University. Cô Trương Bích Phượng hiện là Marriage and Family Therapist Intern. Xin được trân trọng giới thiệu một lần nữa cô Trương Bích Phượng.
Hi everyone. I'm really happy to be here to speak about the importance of family relationships and how it can affect mental health. But however, it can be difficult to talk about families and mental health if we don't have a clear picture of healthy family development. I want to first discuss the importance of family in terms of healthy development. Growing up, our parents or our parental figures are the first people in our lives that we build a relationship with. Parents are to love us, accept us, protect us, and guide us in life. We get a sense of what is right and wrong from our parents. We should feel safe and secure with our parents. And from feeling safe, we learn to trust our parents. We feel that our parents love us. And if we feel that our parents love us, we learn that, we're generally okay. It is the safety and love we get from our parents that we first learn to trust and we first learn to love. Now, how we learn to trust and show trust and how we receive and learn to love, that's a whole other topic and another story. But generally, we learn to trust and love from our parents, and we go out into the world and present that trust and love the same way we learned it. This is what is normal development, as well as I can explain it in my limited amount of time. We also gain a sense of identity and a sense of belonging from our parents and our extended family members. Now, as a child, because our parents are the two people we get to know first in life, it is natural for us to want to please them. We look to them for attention, approval, and praise. Throughout the good and bad decisions we make, our parents' approval and support makes a huge difference. Usually, through all the trial and error, we learn that our parents are permanent fixtures in our lives. So no matter what we do, they remain with us and continue to support us. So as we grow, our bonds with our parents are strengthened. And in a nutshell, this is how we form our first relationships, our first bonds in life. And throughout our lives, having the support of our parents and our families, whether it's emotional, financial, or physical, is how we learn to trust ourselves, gain confidence, and achieve our goals. Their support communicates approval and permission. Now this brings me to discuss how losing these family bonds can affect our mental health. Since our parents is where we first learned where our identity comes from and where we first developed a sense of self, our ability to trust others and love others starts with how we receive love and trust from our parents. As you can see, the bonds we develop with our parents are deep-rooted and strengthened over time. If our parents or family members were to sever ties with us, it would be considered a huge loss. If we lose our relationship with our parents, there comes a sense of isolation. We lose our status of belonging somewhere, and we lose the two people who we should be able to come to for love, trust, protection, and guidance. Parents, in their rightful roles, are our biggest supporters. There is no one who can replace our parents, as these are the people we came from. And this is why the loss is devastating. The sense of isolation is deeper, and the fact that our parents have decided to no longer support us for whatever reason shows that they reject us, and it communicates to us that somehow we're not okay. Moving forward, I want to discuss the effects connected to the isolation, the abandonment, and the rejection, which is the mental health part. And some of these effects, well, first of all, there's a loss of identity, loss of self. Because we learned who we are and where we come from our parents, losing that support, we lose the sense of, our identity. We lose a connection with our roots and having to fend for ourselves in the world. And also, the two people who we trusted to be there for us have neglected us. So how can we ever trust again? With this experience, we learned that we cannot trust anyone. How can we, when the two people we trusted to love and support us most have abandoned us? The second issue is the internalization of shame. If our parents don't accept us or who we are, they communicate to us that we're not okay. And if our parents think that we're not okay and we internalize that shame, we may also believe that we're not okay, that something is wrong with us. We believe that we're not acceptable, and so we become victims. We lose trust in ourselves and may develop a low self-esteem. And with a low self-esteem, we are vulnerable to being taken advantage of by others and also getting into unhealthy relationships as a result. We can go through life unsure of ourselves and recreating situations where we are constantly mistreated. We become victims in the world, never learning to own or empower ourselves. The opposite of this is also learning to be overly defensive. But either way, this creates trust issues in ourselves and our significant relationships. Another issue is depression. With the loss of family support, it is really hard to find positive ways to cope. And oftentimes, the stigma, prejudice, and discrimination that comes with being LGBT, the world can become a really hostile and stressful social environment. And many learn to cope by using and abusing drugs and alcohol, and as a result may become addicted to substances, which is a mental illness. Another thing that happens is, physically harming, people can find the world hostile and overwhelming, thus isolating themselves as a result. And so the thoughts are, life is unfair and harsh, and after a while, we can wonder what the point of living is. And so physically harming ourselves is one way to cope and feel. And oftentimes, suicidal ideation takes place, and without help or empowerment, suicide takes place in extreme cases, which is a result of depression or major depression. And another mental illness is anxiety. Sometimes the risk of friends and families discovering that you are gay or transgender is too great. So as a result, many people live double lives and experience fear and anxiety. So anxiously navigating life in secret and never feeling safe enough to reveal who they are can also lead to depression. The anxiety alone can cause major personal distress and lead to dysfunction in life and relationships. The point of this panel is to promote love and acceptance and invite parents and children to connect and maintain healthy relationships, maintain family support, and strong bonds. If you can choose to hold on to your relationship with your child, or if you can choose to hold on to your relationship with your parents, that is the first step. If you need help in learning how to maintain or create healthy relationships, and you truly desire to do so, you must first understand that the work begins with you. It starts with yourself. And if you're ready to look at yourself and allow yourself to be open to deeper, more meaningful processes, we're here to support that. I invite you to explore using, support groups, counseling, and education to achieve your relationship goals. In groups, you can obtain and provide support for others going through the same things you're going through. And in counseling, you can learn to identify your feelings, communicate your needs to your family members, and learn how to communicate to your family in a healthy and effective way. you can achieve a better understanding of yourself and why you respond the way you do. I appreciate you all being here in an effort to show support. Thank you for listening, and I will be happy to answer any questions if time allows.
Thank you.